Although we mostly know Square Enix for their RPGs, very little credit is given to some of their other fan favorite games. One of these games is Sleeping Dogs.
From today forward, your lives will be forever changed.
Wait, Jackie Ma, I'm in.
Find a way to make him trust you. We want the Red Poles, the lieutenants, all of them.
Do whatever it takes.
Our brotherhood pays our enemies with pain, suffering, and death. None suffers more than a traitor. We're cops.
You're a cop. I'm an undercover cop. The rules are different.
Sleeping Dogs is an action-adventure video game released in 2012 for the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Windows. It was developed by United Front Games and published by Square Enix. Sleeping Dogs is set in a fictionalized version of Hong Kong, where players control Wei Chen, an undercover cop who must infiltrate the Sun On Yi Triad organization. Wei Chen's loyalty is constantly tested as he forms relationships with both criminals and law enforcement. The game delves into themes of loyalty, morality, and the blurred line between good and evil. The gameplay blends hand-to-hand combat inspired by martial arts films with gunplay, parkour, and driving mechanics. The combat system offers fluid and dynamic fighting moves, allowing players to engage in elaborate combos and counterattacks. Driving segments feature intense chases with a variety of vehicles to choose from. Players must complete missions to unlock content and continue the story. However, players can also engage in side missions, mini-games, and various activities such as martial arts tournaments, street races, and karaoke. These activities help to immerse players in the vibrant Hong Kong setting and offer a break from the main plot. As players complete missions and activities, they earn experience points and money that can be used to upgrade Wei Chen's skills, combat abilities, and new moves. Players can also purchase clothing, vehicles, and other items to customize their character and enhance their gameplay experience. Square Enix released several DLCs and content packs that allowed the game to expand even more. An enhanced definitive edition was released in 2014 for the PlayStation 4, Windows, and Xbox One. It includes all the previously released downloadable content and featured improved graphical resolution and gameplay based on community feedback. The soundtrack includes a mix of licensed music and original compositions that complements the game's atmosphere. The game received praise for its combat system, engaging storyline, and detailed open-world environment. Sleeping Dogs development started in 2008, and it was first announced to be part of Activision's True Crime series. True Crimes had two games, Streets of LA and New York City. The second game, New York City, suffered from criticism and ended up being a commercial failure. Because of this, the third game was put on hold until Activision hired United Front Games to develop an open-world game set in Hong Kong. United Front was working on a game called Black Lotus at that time, and this game became True Crimes Hong Kong, but ended up being cancelled in 2011. Square Enix picked up the publishing rights and changed the game to Sleeping Dogs to have no relation to True Crimes, as they had not purchased the rights to the series. As far as the True Crime series goes, Activision abandoned the trademark in 2014. So where is Sleeping Dogs 2? In early 2013, United Front Games was working on a sequel to Sleeping Dogs. The game would have picked up after the original game, following Wei Chen, this time joined by a corrupt partner named Henry Fang as they explore China's Pearl River Delta. The player would have the ability to arrest any non-playable character in the game and play storylines between both Chen and Fang. It would have even had a second screen in a mobile device that would be able to interact with the world of the game. The sequel was eventually cancelled in 2013, where they instead announced another game titled Triad Wars.
Power is earned. Power is taken. Power is king.
Triad Wars is a cancelled spin-off to Sleeping Dogs, which was scheduled to be released in 2015 and published by Square Enix. The game was initially planned to be released as a PC online game where players build up their crew and rise to power as criminal kingpins of the Triad underworld. It featured the same map as the original Sleeping Dogs. Triad Wars had even entered a beta testing stage for players in early 2015. Unfortunately, in December 2015, that game would be shutting down. Developer United Front Games announced the closure on Twitter and the Triad Wars forums. The developers published a statement saying, "We've loved seeing how you've played Triad Wars, but we know that it was not right for many of you." It seems that they had other plans in place, because in 2017, a live-action film adaptation of the game was announced. The movie features Donnie Yen, who owns the rights to the movie, and it would be produced by Neil Moritz. It has been a slow process, and in 2020, Donnie Yen finally let the world know that preparation was starting for the movie via Instagram. Donnie Yen had already confirmed before via an interview with Collider that he was speaking with multiple groups about the possibility of having a game for the movie. Given the fact that Donnie Yen is the main character and so many people love Sleeping Dogs, the game's revival may be inevitable if the movie is successful. The problem is that we still have to wait. Will this movie bring back the long-awaited revival of Sleeping Dogs? Should Sleeping Dogs be brought back regardless? Was canceling Triad Wars a big mistake? Let us know. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to help our channel grow. This video is part of our Lost Game series, where we speak about fan favorite gems like this one and many others that deserve a remake and/or sequel. Plus, check out our other videos like gaming conspiracies or gaming history and more at Game Circle TV.